Alright, so I had a couple of you reach out last week and say that you enjoyed my gadget video on headphones, so we're going to continue down that similar track. And this week I want to talk about 3 tech subscriptions that are worth it to me. So I have a little bit of maybe a confession to make to you. I am a very frugal person when it comes to my money. We work hard for our money, and so it's tough for me to part with it in a lot of different ways. And one of those ways is paying for tech things, because there's just so much free stuff out there. But these 3 things, I pay for them each month, and I honestly could not probably live without them at this point. I feel like they're awesome products and well worth the money that it costs me each month. The first one is YouTube Premium. So what do you get with YouTube Premium? First of all, you get no ads whenever you watch YouTube videos. If you watch any amount of YouTube videos, this is worth it just for that. It is $13.99 per month, $140 per year, which sounds like a lot, but outside of not having to see any advertisements ever again on YouTube videos, you also get YouTube Music Premium included with that fee. So if you're already paying for Spotify or Apple Music, you're probably paying $10 a month or more for those music services. You get no ads on YouTube, and you get your streaming music service via YouTube Music. It is a fantastic music service. All of the music that I listen to is on there. It works great. $13.99 a month, well worth it to me. Second tech subscription that is totally worth it to me. I used to use iMovie because I'm an Apple person. I used to use iMovie to edit my videos. However, I think beginning maybe this year, like about a year ago, I transferred over to using CapCut permanently. So CapCut is my video editor of choice. It does look like a very confusing interface. This is a finished video, but man, it makes it so easy to add things like text to your videos. With the premium version, you don't have to worry about watermarks. You get access to all of their wonderful effects, all of their wonderful stickers. All of that stuff is included, and if you didn't have premium, anything with that little purple logo you wouldn't be able to have. But you can do things like this is an effect where you can add a halo blur to any video on your screen, and you just click it and drag it, and then that adds that halo blur. Look at that, adds that halo blur just like magic. It is very intuitive, it is very simple to use. It is available on every device as far as I know. Like, you can download CapCut for mobile, works on Chromebooks through their website. So it's a ubiquitous platform. If you're looking for video editing, I highly recommend checking out CapCut. Just try out the free version. But then if you use it and you really like it and you want to have access to all of the fancy dancy pants things, then go for the pro version. It's only $10 a month, and for me, again, well worth it. Last one to talk about, let's take things back into the AI world. We can never get too far from it. It is ChatGPT Plus. So ChatGPT has kind of been my go-to AI generator throughout time. I've just found that the responses that I get with it are just a little bit better. It also seems to me that they are coming out with better features more quickly compared to the other guys that are out there. And recently at Greenbush, we were starting to look into, is it worth it to pay for an AI solution for our employees? And I just purchased ChatGPT Plus just to try and answer that question. And for me, at least, a heavy AI user, I feel like it's worth it. So what do you get for your $20 a month? That's a pretty expensive subscription, but what you get is priority access during high traffic periods. So if there's tons of people using this tool, it's not going to pop up and say, sorry, there's tons of people using it, come back later. So that's kind of nice. It's not really an issue as much anymore because it seems like they've scaled things up. But whenever I want to use a tool, and especially one that I use frequently throughout the day as much as I do now with ChatGPT, I don't want to have restrictions in regards to that. This is a big one for me, access to GPT 4.0. So essentially what this means is that you always have access to the latest and greatest model within ChatGPT. So what the heck does that mean? That means that whenever you log in here, you're going to have access to the latest and greatest, smartest trained model that ChatGPT has. If you have the free account, you can use this a little bit each day, but then after you get to a certain level, it's going to say, hey, we're going to bump you down to one of the older models, and it's just not as smart, doesn't have as many new features, it's just not as good. So I like having priority access all the time to their latest and greatest model. Another big feature, faster response speeds. I don't want to wait very long for my responses if I don't have to, so that's a nice little bump there. Maybe you probably wouldn't get me to pay for it, but it is a nice feature to have. And then there's some expanded features. Some of them I use, some of them I don't. The voice conversations are cool, but I don't find them incredibly useful. Image generation is a big one, so you can generate images with the free version of ChatGPT, but with the paid version, you don't have any restrictions, and you can use their image generator called Sora to generate as many images as you want. You can see there's all kinds of weird, goofy things that people have generated, but you can do your image generation here. You can even switch it over to video and generate up to 10 seconds worth of stock video. I use it for all kinds of stuff, whether I'm creating a Facebook page that's about 3D printing. I use it to make my Facebook cover images, just goofy fun stuff. Like, I had a friend that was like, what would it look like to have a black raccoon? Well, I can dream that up in ChatGPT. All of my different images that you see in my newsletter, those all come from Sora. And it's because I have the paid version that I can just do this over and over and over again. I'm even using it to generate cover images instead of going into Canva and just starting from scratch. I'll just type something out, see if I can get some inspiration. It doesn't always get it right the first time, but at least it gets me a good starting point instead of starting from scratch and being kind of overwhelmed within that. So there's all kinds of cool things that you can do with Sora. And for me, at least, as much as I create video and generate images and kind of work in that world, ChatGPT Plus is definitely worth it to me. All right, so that is 3 tech subscriptions that I think are totally #worth it. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to voyage back into more edtechy kinds of topics. I'm having fun on this kind of gadgety side quest, so I'll probably continue going down this rabbit hole. And again, it's kind of the end of the year and we're transitioning into summer and it's a good time for it. So let me know what you think. Hope y'all are well. As always, happy edteching.